Hey, how you doing? This is Kitch, and you are watching me play a Factorio. If you are a little bit confused by what you are seeing on the screen right now, that is okay. That is natural. It's a perfectly valid state to be in. This series, it ended in a way that I didn't particularly care for, and it's been bothering me for a while now. And I'm getting ready to start a new Factorio series here soon. And I know I said I was starting one soon a while ago, but soon is going to happen really soon. And I just wanted to go back and tie up a few loose ends in this series before we started the next one. I felt like that just needed to happen. So hopefully that clears up a little bit of the confusion. You might also be seeing some confusion right now because we're on like the end of episode 1. Basically of the mod Menagerie series. We have installed a time travel mod. No, just kidding. I've been trying to feature mods in several episodes of this. It kind of puttered out at the end just because I kind of ran out of mods. But a long-term viewer of the channel, fairly early in the series, had mentioned a mod idea they had, and they made it. So I said, you know, hey, let's throw one more in here to get a little feature of this mod because I think it's actually a really, really cool idea. It's by Unhot. They've been a viewer on the channel for a while now. Let me just kind of explain what this mod is all about. Here, we're back in episode 1, right? We just got our starter base little thing set up here. We're all on burner furnaces, and we do have our furnace blueprint ready to go. However, we don't have bots. So there's a couple of things we can do here. One, we can go through and grab our stone furnace and put that down, okay? And then we could get this and kind of rotate it around and get it in the right spot. And I'm overly exaggerating this a bit because you can, you know, do the pipe tool and do some things to get all that situated. But the idea behind this mod, it's called Ghost Placer, and you hit the key, which is Y by default. And Ghost Place will currently show you that it's enabled. And then you just click on the item, and Ghost Place will put it down. It still requires you to be in range, and man, I miss having the long reach. But yeah, you just go through, and you click the item, and it just goes down. And it's fantastic. It works really, really well. And I don't think it's cheaty at all. It's not as good as robots, and it shouldn't be, but it's a heck of a lot better than doing some of these blueprints the old-fashioned way. Now, this probably isn't the best example because this is something that I can do in my sleep now. I've set that blueprints down so many times, but I'm thinking about things like my maul, my very practical maul, placing that guy down. And then having to go through, because whenever I place this down, I don't quite have robots yet. But going through and having to do all this, just going through and being able to click these things just individually would be just fantastic. And I don't even have this stuff yet. I can't even make this stuff yet. But you get the idea. You just go through and just place the things down, and they magically work. Really cool idea for a mod, and really, really, really awesome that it came out in the lifetime of this particular series. All right, so link will be in the description as normal. We are going to travel back to the future and get to work on the current factory. All right, we are back to present time, and we are in the base, and everything's looking fairly nice, although it's not. It's really not. I have seen the future, and it is not good. You can see we're starting to trickle out of red circuits. They're starting to get low. We're low on red circuits right now because we are low on plastic. And we're actually low on plastic because we are low on coal. And this coal shortage that we have is getting ready to cause us all sorts of problems. It's getting ready to cascade. We're going to start with a low coal situation here at plastic. That's going to split a lot of coal off of this main line that's going to come through. It's going to starve out the iron first, and then it's going to starve out the copper, and all of a sudden we're going to find ourselves with nothing. And you can already see down here, the iron lines are already starting to starve, and that's just going to keep cascading down, and it's going to get very, very ugly. And this RoboPort right here is not plugged in, and that is not something bad that I saw in the future. It's just something that I saw right now. So we're going to get that fixed. I think what we need to do is get all these lines of coal running. And we may... How many coal trains do we have? We just have one. We might want to get an additional coal train running here as well, just to keep the throughput up. But, yeah, I'm thinking about just something as simple as maybe grabbing this third coal line and getting it set up. So let's give that a shot. Let's grab our balancer book, and I need to transition this over to the blue one. But that's okay. Let's do, just do a 3 to 3. Let's enable our robots. Oh, is this... It's going to take the base robots forever. Oh, well, we'll just go ahead and get these hooked up. Let's see, we'll take you on down. And put you in line with this one, I guess, because I don't think there's room for you down there. Not legally with the bus setup that we have. But that's okay. All right, you guys will get in there. We can use Upgrade Planner to upgrade that to a blue balancer. All right, that'll get the coal flowing again. We need to take this on down. Let's see, we got some blue undergrounds. We do all that we can. Oh, and there goes our coal alarm. So we know that's a working. All right, and that leads into this. So instead of a 2 to 3, we're gonna want this to end up being a 3 to 3. Let's make sure our RoboPorts are on. They are. Let's get that out. We got a couple of pipes here that are in the way. And that power pole is probably not good. So yeah, we want to fit in another 3 to 3. How do we want to do this? About that right there. Get that power pole out of the way. Yeah, I hear you, alarm. That. All right, and you are going to go in there. You are going to go in there. You are going to go in there. And that should kill the coal alarm. Upgrade planner for that. And then you, my friend, are going to come down and let's make all of that blue. Yeah, and let's make this blue too. That. Actually, you know what? Now that I'm thinking about it, let's do this a little bit differently. Let's take you guys out. Let's make this a 3 to 4. And take you guys out the top. We'll go ahead and upgrade it. And let's take 2 of these lines. And let's feed that directly into that splitter. So basically it's 2 lines coming in that are being balanced. And that brings 2 blue lines coming in. And that red line right there is going to be... let's see, can we do that with a medium maybe? Yeah. Get that hooked back up. And there we go. I think that is, that's going to help out fairly significantly. We might come through here and upgrade this. We'll check it in a little while and just see how that is going. I think that red line should be able to support it enough. We'll see. We'll see. I do want to go and hop in this coal train real quick and just take a look at the coal outpost because I don't think we've been over there in a while. And it could be one of those things, I don't even know if we would be able to support another coal train on this line. Come on. Come on, buddy. Let's go. All right, tired of waiting. Okay, it looked like it was getting ready to go. Okay, it was. Just as I flipped it over to manual mode, it wants to go by itself. I'm sure the coal outpost is fine. We definitely have a lot more coal that we could get. Oh yeah, it's doing just fine. No, no, come back. Come back. Oh, man. Oh, well. At least we're very close. And you know what? We can go and give us an excuse to clean up this old mess. This poor coal thing is just really, really, really done. It's on borrowed time. And we have a lot of red belt here that we can recycle. A lot of power poles we can recycle. A lot of good stuff here that we could utilize. Well, it kind of seems like a shame to take it all down since we're so close to being done with it all. But yeah, this is actually one of the next problems that we have is that we are about ready to be desperately low on copper. And I'm not really sure what we need to do about that because there's not a lot of easy copper to grab currently on the map. That's going to be a challenge that we're going to have to deal with at some point. That we may hold off on that until the next series starts, where we maybe that'll be like the first thing we do, because we got this copper area up here. There's 2.1 million. And it's not necessarily a quantity problem as it is a throughput problem. We're just not getting it out fast enough. And I don't think we can get it out any faster unless we started to do, like, speed modules. We do have a copper deposit here of 2.6 million. We may look into that, but it's just not a lot out here. There's a 3.9 million one right here. This one may be, but it suffers the same problem. It's just that they're so small that you can't get really good coverage. Like on this iron mine, it's we can cover it really good and just get the throughput out. Not so much on this one. That's okay. Let's head on back to base here, and we will get some of this red belt recycled, because it seems like a good thing to do. Because we're gonna have a pretty good need for blue belt here. All right, so that is the coal problem somewhat cinched. That is got that area filled up, and we're not quite getting a full blue belt out of that. Bet we could, though. Let's see if we can do that. Let's do our Control C, and let's just put another little module down here. And see if we can't get that. I'd rather not take that up. I'd rather not use yellow belt there. All right, so that unhooked our lubricant as well as our petroleum. That should be fine. Let's see, where's our pipe tool? Is it control? It's control. All right, so this is our petroleum pipe coming out. We should be able to do that. And actually, if we take it down one, we don't have to worry about wasting an underground there. That. All right. Whoa, no, 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 nope, nope, nope. That was lubricant. Phew. Okay. That was lubricant. Oh, I'm glad you can't have more than one fluid in a pipe. Okay, let's try this again. Petroleum, 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 petroleum. Very nice. All right, and let's do the same, but for lubricant. We do it right next to it. There we go. Lubricant and lubricant. All right, that should get all of that fixed as soon as we turn that around. All right, and that looks like a full blue belt coming out now. Wonderful. Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. That will help out with red circuit production quite a bit. Quite a bit. And if we can get that red circuit production back up and filled out, we actually get some coming on down, so that can get our low density structures being made again. All right, so that problem is taken care of. We're already starting to... Did we save all of our iron production? Did. All right. But we did not complete our walkway. Let's do that. Let's go ahead and take that up as well. How many spaces do we have in between those? 2. One, 2. This all looks like it's in construction range. That's what that green means, right? Oh, no, that's my construction range. Okay, yeah. Some of it is, at least. Good chunk of it is. All right, so that gets our iron and our copper coming on down. I want to... green circuits. Green circuits, green circuits, green circuits. It's really nice to look at this and see that I have 4 belts coming out. And they're full and they're backed up. This is not capable of producing 4 full belts of green circuits, though. That is a pipe dream. Let's take a look at iron on down the line. Iron is actually doing fine, really. We have some iron going to nowhere. Fix that. Yeah, the ratios here are completely off, but it's working and giving us a very, very good supply of green circuits coming down. Reds are starting to kick back up again, and we are getting plastic coming down to the low-density structures. We do have gears that are backed up right here, but there's a huge sink right now on gears. I'm assuming probably in the mall with the blue belt situation. But actually, it looks like it's keeping up fine. All right, that's good. That works. All right, I think I'm actually good with that for a starter base. Let's see. Let's go down and just take a look at anything else that we have that could be a potential problem. I don't remember what that's for. I'm sure it was for a good reason. This is all good. What are you missing? Okay, that was an expansion in case we ever wanted to send more green circuits back, but you are looking like you are fairly filled up and looking pretty good. We're about ready to get a pretty big hit on this as soon as the control units start kicking back on, or as soon as we start building rocket parts again. Low density structures, you are actually going to back up with plastic. Excellent. I'm going to go ahead and consider that fixed. All right, I'm not too happy with the bus ending where it is, because this base is pretty much done, right? We're not going to be doing much anything else with it for really the rest of the next series. This is done. We're completely done. So there's no reason to have all of this stuff coming down. So what I'm thinking is, what if we condense this? Let's see, that's a big iron sink. This is a big iron sink. You're kind of a big iron sink. So what if right after the mall, we condense this down into 3? Actually, let's not do it there, because we've got some pretty heavy iron users right here as well. Well, not heavy, but busy iron users. Maybe right after the blue science here, where we're actually using some of it. So yeah, let's condense that down to 3 here. And copper, our last big copper consumer is going to be you guys. And you're really not using that much. So we could probably cut off copper. Let's cut it off at 3 after the mall. Boy, is none of this stuff using copper? Oh, that is, but we don't have it situated. Take it down to 3 to right here. And then from here, we'll take it down to 2. And are you our last consumer there, low-density structures? I think you are, so we don't need any of this down here at all. We'll just stop the copper line right there. All right, and iron, we took you down to 3 right here. Take you down to 2 here, maybe? There's just no reason to have all this iron just sitting buffered on the line. It'll give us a nice little production boost as well. Oh, and is that the end of the iron line right there? So yeah, let's just go ahead and end that right here. All right, and as far as green circuits go, those end right here. Steel ends right here. Blue chips end right there. And red chips end right here. Oh no, we've filled it up with green circuits. It needs to be like that. Oh, we've got so much garbage. Do we have any purple chests? We do not. All right, but the mall's really close by. We'll go ahead and dump that off. All right, just a kind of a minor little nitpicky thing from me, but it was something that I noticed and something that I definitely wanted to take care of. Garbage, 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 garbage. Garbage, garbage. All right. And they can go and sort through all of that stuff. All right, that makes me feel a lot better about some things that are going on in the factory. All right, let's go ahead and yeah, was that really kind of like the last major item right there? All these things come down. All these things are going to get cleaned up. You are missing. Oh, you're not missing. It's just hard to see that stuff on the belt. You guys look all right. Still looking a little light on red circuits, but that's somewhat normal. Hmm. Get that pulling right. Boy, none of these coppers were pulling right. I think typically in my factories, I'm only running 2 copper lines all the way down, so 3 seems a bit excessive. But, we're out of copper. I think I called this. But, yeah, it's definitely a problem that occurs, and the problem that we're having is we're actually seeing a flux of the copper trains coming in. We're consuming the copper faster than the train can actually bring it in. Which is unfortunate, but something that's gonna happen. We're gonna have to get more copper in is basically what that boils down to. All right, well, thank you very much for watching. I'm sorry about kind of the weird Sins of the Past episode. I just feel like I kind of called it in at the end of the last series. I don't have any excuses or anything like that. It just wasn't right. And there were some things I just wanted to correct about this factory before we got moving into the next one. My gosh, we're not using that much. Is it because you guys have increased your production? Are we just sucking it all there? Kind of looks like it, doesn't it? I know we have the problem with the supply because I actually witnessed it, but it doesn't seem like it's a thing. It looks like we're getting trains plenty of the time now. I don't know. I don't know what that's about. It looks like all these things are full as well. I bet we're just running too much. Let's see. Is any seeping through? So those 2 lines right here, 2 full lines of copper, 2 full red lines that are being transported on a blue belt for reasons, are actually okay. So it's a problem with green circuits. We're producing too many green circuits. I don't even know what that means. We're producing an excessive amount of green circuits. And it doesn't look like there's really that much demand for them down there. I mean, the big green circuit eaters are going to be the blue circuits. Which they certainly are eating their fair share of green circuits, that's for sure. But yeah, I guess it's literally going to be just about everything. Oh, and we never fixed this. Let's get this fixed. I was getting ready to call the episode early, and we didn't even have all the issues fixed. Well, we're still gonna have issues, but hopefully we'll have less. I'm guessing, well, guess what we could do is just take off these guys for now, the little extensions that I put out there. And we'll see how that affects things. I think that's probably where just a large amount of our copper is going right now, is producing these green circuits. Simply because we're using green circuits right now for modules, as well as to build rocket parts. And I think we're about at the point now where we can pause working on the rocket parts for a little while. We're really behind in science. We still have a lot of non-rocket science stuff to study. And we're just going to need a ton of modules, really, is what that boils down to. We're just going to need a ton of modules. So yeah, cutting off that will certainly help, and cutting off the rocket parts will help with that as well. All right, so I wanted to end this series on a more high note with everything fixed, and I think if we travel far enough here down the bus, the buses are full and looking very, very somewhat respectable. Well, we're going to have to get some iron in here, that is for sure. We're going to have to get some copper in here, that is for sure. But, I don't know. I'll let it run for a while, and it's starting to look a little bit better. It's not looking great, but it's looking better. All right, so the new series is going to start soon. Just to give you an idea about what it is we're going to be doing. We're going to be taking this up into a mega base status. I don't know if we're not going to be doing a modded playthrough for the first part. Leaving it kind of open, but for the first part, I want to get some science really churning out. Get some high level production out. That is going to be the main goal. I'm not going to be going through a lot of mods initially starting out. We may get there at some point, but starting out, we're just gonna mega base this guy, and get him big, get him going. So that is the plan, and that series will be starting here very shortly. Well, thank you very much for watching. I really appreciate it. I will see you then. Have a good one.